Hey Fee. Hey Tracy. What should we do today? Let's watch this hit TV show with girls like you and me. It's it we really like, and best of all, it's free. Square eyes are watching Geek Girl TV. Square eyes are watching Geek Girl TV. Amstrad, Spectrum, you have to young, iDay, Apple, Mac, PC. Geek Girl TV. Television for the computer savvy.
Hello and welcome back to Geek Girl TV. I'm your Geek Girl host Eve Park. My theme song was created by The Days, which you can check out at myspace.com/TheDaysGirls. Last week was all about the big release of the iPhone, and although I didn't get one myself, I waited with the rest of the MacMost crew at the Cherry Creek Mall. As promised, we covered the event all day, and those materials are still available at macmost.com. One cool thing that I'm really excited to tell you though is that we've started developing web games that work on the iPhone. And in fact, apparently we have the best site currently out there. If you Google the terms iPhone games, MacMost comes up #1. So if you have an iPhone, you should really check out macmost.com/iPhone games. So far, we have Solitaire, Minesweeper, Match 3, Collapsing Blocks, Sudoku, and my favorite, iPhone Assassin. The games are in JavaScript, so technically you could play them in other browsers, even though they're formatted specifically to play very well on the iPhone, except iPhone Assassin, which can only be played on an iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, you should check it out at iPhoneassassin.com. It is so cool that it makes me wish I had one. So be sure to check it out so you can get all your friends before they get you. So even though we did our line waiting at the Cherry Creek, Colorado Apple stores, I did some interviews at nearby Aspen Grove Apple store. I interviewed the line at about 5:30 on Thursday, and #1 in the line, I'm proud to say, was another geek girl, Suzanne Wilcox. I also interviewed the last person in the line, Josh Critchfield, and I apologize because in all likelihood I will probably misspell all of your names, and for that I apologize ahead of time.
My name is Susanna Wilcox.
So how long have you been waiting in line for an iPhone?
My neighbor and I came down at about 9 this morning. So,
wow.
yeah.
And you're going to stay here overnight?
Yep.
What provisions did you bring with you to spend the night?
My neighbor brought a bunch of movies and stuff, and I've got like yarn and stuff to crochet with, and we don't really have a whole lot in the way of like pillows and blankets, but we're just gonna rush things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, looks like it'll be a pretty nice night.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. So why do you want an iPhone so bad? That you're first in line?
I know. I'm pretty much like a techno geek, sort of. Yeah, I'm into a lot of electronics, and I have to carry around my laptop, my iPod, and my cell phone, and this really just wraps it up in a really nice way for me.
Is there anything in particular that you're really excited about, like feature-wise maybe, about the iPhone?
I'm really excited about the interface. It's a pretty interesting thing for new phones, and I think it's going to pick up a lot from now on. And I don't know, I'm excited for everything, really.
So do your friends and family know that you're waiting in line for 2 days?
Yeah, some of my friends think I'm crazy, and I think they're right, but
it's
I don't
worth
know.
it.
Yeah, for me it's worth it. So.
Josh Critchfield.
What features are you most looking forward to about the iPhone?
The voicemail features, where I can pick and choose what voicemails I want to listen to.
Do your friends and family know that you're waiting overnight for an iPhone?
Yep.
Do they think you're crazy?
Yep.
What do you tell them?
Yeah, something everybody's got to do once, wait in line for something, so we got to do it now.
Have you gotten to know your line neighbors?
Kind of. Figure we'll get to know each other a lot better.
What provisions did you bring with you to wait overnight?
I brought my jacket, the chair, some Gatorade, and some snacks,
so you're good?
Last.
Next, I came back at about 9 in the morning to see how the line had formed and how our heroes had fared overnight. And even though Josh was about 7th in line, I have him sitting next to Suzanne in this interview.
how'd you guys make it through the night?
Good?
I honestly don't know how I made it through the night.
They turned on some elevator music and I fell asleep and woke up about 6, so it was a good night.
Wow, you slept in your chair?
Yep. Had another one for a footrest. It was pretty nice.
I did that too.
Did you get any sleep?
Nope, people trying to interview me pretty much kept me up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that bad during like 4 a.m. I think it started at about 5.
So now you're dealing with the heat. What sort of things are you doing to stay cool?
Just staying in the shade.
Being doused with water. Shade. Big time to shade though.
Yeah.
So you having fun?
I don't know.
Yup.
Are you excited that it's finally iDay?
I'm so tired, but trying to be excited. Yeah.
I'm sure once 4:30 rolls around, I'll have a little more enthusiasm for it. But right now, it's kind of kicking my butt.
Yeah, right now I'm like, iPhone, yay.
It might have been that one on the top, Ross.
Are you going to have enough energy to play with it when you get it, or are you just going to like fall asleep?
My
better
energy
have
level
enough
will just
energy.
shoot up after I get it.
I have some more really great interviews, but they have to wait until next week because now it's time for some official Lee-Tours business. In case you forgot, the Lee-Tours is my grassroots superhero movement. In order to qualify, you must be leader than the general populace, and you must also be a leader, as in you lead by example, using your leetness for good instead of evil. First, Bane61 writes in and says, well, I come on to the Lee-Tours. Now I am crazy about WoW, as I know you are, so my power would be like the Priestors. I would be able to mind control. I would use this power for good and not evil. I would turn bad guys good, and my name would be Mindy Man. I know this is a ripoff of Spidey Man, which I have to say, I know 3 is the best one yet. Well, Bane61, I really like your Spidey twist on the mind control power. Welcome to the Lee-Tours. Let's do 2 this week. Josh writes, if I were a superhero, my superhero name would be Rubber Boy, so that I couldn't get electric shocks. I'm tired of zapping expensive equipment and getting electrocuted off CRTs. I almost died twice. I suppose being made of rubber would mean I could bounce real high or deflect bullets off me, or use myself as a spare tire or something like that too. But that would be a bonus. That's a very creative superpower, Josh, or should I say, Rubber Boy. It would be great to be able to work on a motherboard and not have to ground yourself. And very leet. Welcome to the Lee-Tours, Rubber Boy. Next up, Todd writes, Geek Girl, you always mention that you want to know people's superhero, supervillain name and power, but I think you have neglected another role, the sidekick. Sidekicks can be as powerful as the hero or villain they support. What is your take on the sidekick role? Thanks, Todd. Well, Josh, I believe the preferred term is actually hero support, but I don't know for sure. So if anyone is a sidekick out there, please write in and tell me what you prefer to be called. And if anyone would like to be a sidekick, send in your application as you would a superhero to the Lee-Tours, and I will see if I can match you up with a hero to support. And as always, if you'd like to be a Lee-Tour, send in your application answering the question, if I were a superhero, what would my name and superpower be? Send that to geekgirl@clevermedia.com. I'll see you next week.